My wife went out twice with a coworker, and when I asked questions, she asked for a divorce. I've been with my wife for 5 years, married last year. We have normal highs and lows, but we're mostly fine. Friday night, she went out for Christmas drinks at work. She came home near midnight and fell into bed. Saturday, an anonymous Instagram account messaged me saying my wife spent the night with a guy from her office named Tom, and the two of them left the group around 9 to walk to the station. Later, after more drinks, the colleague went to her train. She says she saw my wife and Tom holding hands in the station at about 10:45. They didn't see her. I showed my wife the message. I asked what happened. She said she was so drunk she couldn't remember anything after 8. I asked if she went somewhere with Tom. She opened her phone, pulled up location history, and handed it to me. It showed she and Tom stopped at a bar near the station for about an hour and reached the station at 10:40. She told me to check everything. I looked through her texts and apps. No flirty messages, no saved number for Tom, no mutual follows. I asked if she'd been flirting. She said she talked mostly to him because he's the only person at work she connects with, that they're just friends. I asked if they held hands. She said she didn't remember and didn't think so. She said she knew who sent the message. She said a woman at work named Helen hates her. Monday she came home and said she'd spoken with Tom. According to her, he said they didn't hold hands, only linked arms because she was tipsy and in heels. I asked why Helen would lie and find me. She said Helen likes Tom and he turned her down. I asked why she and Tom went for a drink alone. She said Tom told her they heard a great live band and popped in for one. She said her mistake was doing shots too early. Next day she bought a new dress for the company Christmas party on Friday. Last week was only office drinks. I couldn't sleep. I wrote the anonymous account and asked if they thought anything was going on. The person, who sounded like Helen, replied with a long message. My wife and Tom flirt at work. He protects her, once helped her keep her job, and my wife complains about me at the office. Friday, my wife left work early to get ready. Near midnight, the Instagram account messaged again. It said my wife and Tom kept their distance at the party, but a group left for another bar around 11. People arrived at 11:10. My wife and Tom showed up just before midnight. At 2, she came home, not as drunk, and went straight to sleep. I checked her location history again. After leaving the venue, she took a 3-mile detour to a residential street, stayed about half an hour, then went to the bar. I sent the address to the anonymous account. The reply came in the morning. It was Tom's house. When she woke up, I asked if she cheated. She got angry and said no. I said I knew she'd been at Tom's. She said I was spying and controlling and was going to her sister's. I insisted on an explanation. She said she stopped at Tom's so they could smoke a joint before heading to the bar. Then she grabbed a bag and left. She ignored my calls and texts on Sunday. Her sister later said she was okay. Monday morning, my wife came home. She said she couldn't do this anymore and wanted a divorce. She started packing. I asked if she was leaving me for Tom. She said nothing inappropriate had happened and that my jealousy was the final straw. I don't trust her. I'm controlling. She's unhappy and has been for a long time. Then she left. An Instagram message landed. My wife and Tom arrived at work together in his car. I didn't respond. Another message said, my wife was turning the office against Helen, and Tom wanted management to move Helen or let her go. She begged me to do something. I texted my wife asking to talk. She didn't reply. I called her work using a fake name and got through. She sighed when she heard me, but agreed to meet after work at a pub. I got there early and sat by the door. She arrived 25 minutes late. She said she was sorry for ignoring me and wanted to end things on good terms. I asked for the truth. She said there was no affair before she asked for a divorce. She said she and Tom talk a lot at work, but it wasn't an emotional affair. She said I should have trusted her. She said she has many male friends and felt she had to hide them from me because I'd get jealous. I said I never told her not to see anyone. She said I sulk. I said I'd heard she and Tom arrived at work together. She looked down. Then she said after I accused her, she went to Tom's and knew our marriage was over. They spent the weekend together and decided they would be better as a couple. She said nothing happened until after she told me she wanted a divorce. Now they're together, and she wanted me to hear it from her before I saw it online. Now my friends are saying checking her location was invasive. Was I wrong?